Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the source code. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to protect your crops, protect your wheat, protect your beetroots. Well, not really your beetroots, but protect all of your things and auto replant. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Sorry there's no really fun intro like before. I'm just really lazy and I didn't really feel like getting all creative. So let's just dive right into it. So first things first, what we need to do is, let me just get my code ready over here on the side. Okay, so we're gonna call this seed protector, and let's just get some things ready here. So let's go to our pom.xml, which is already open, and I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste my pom.xml that I already have from a previous, from the previous plugin that I've already pre-coded for this video. But pretty much all that is we're setting the compiler as Java 8, we're linking our resources, we're turning on filtering, and we're just adding the paper spigot repository and adding it as a dependency. So pretty easy stuff there. And now you're probably wondering, well, why do we want to do this filtering? Same reason, I think I told you guys in the last episode, we'll do a new class dev.TheSourceCode. Again, you guys can't see this because of the way I record, but just go ahead and right click on your main and then, or sorry, click on main and then right click on Java and then add a new class. And then this would be seeds and then seed protector, new class. Okay. And then this is going to go ahead and extend Java plugin. Oh, and our auto import's not turned on, so let's just go over here and click Maven on the side. That is huge. Also, you guys might be noticing everything might feel a little bit smaller. That's because I'm now recording at 1440p. So let me know if the size is too small. Oops, not install. I just wanted to import. We'll cancel that install. All right, now we can alt enter. And, you know, just because I feel like this is already going to be too small, I'm going to increase the size right now, and then you guys just let me know if this size is too much. All right, so in this main class, we're just gonna go ahead and set up a couple things. We're gonna set up a map, and this is gonna be a player. Oops, no, player, import class. There we go. And an instant. And now we're probably wondering why are we doing an instant? This is just so we're gonna send a message when players try to destroy crops that aren't fully grown. And we just don't want it to spam their chat. So we're just gonna do an instant and we're gonna do however many seconds we want the message to be delayed. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and say crop message equals, and this is gonna be a new identity. Did I spell that right? Ident, a T hash map. Why is that not working? Did I spell that wrong? I did. I said indentity. There we go. All right, and then this is just going to be a really simple, we'll say override, implement methods, and we'll go ahead and get our on enable and on disable. And then our on disable, we're just going to go ahead and say crop message.clear because we don't want it to stay once the server turns off, even though that's not, yeah, you get it. And then we'll just go ahead and say bucket.getPluginManager, and we're just going to go ahead and register our event class, which is going to be a new seed protect or events crop message and this. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this class. So then what we want to do real quickly is we're just going to copy this from our main class. We're going to paste it over here into our events class. Also, sorry if you guys can hear a lot of sirens and stuff in like cars. It's getting nice out here in New York City, so there's a lot more foot traffic on the ground, a lot more cars going by. Obviously, a lot more ambulances and like firefighters and police officers being called to action. So there's a lot more noise, and I apologize. I also have my air conditioner on my window, so that also like is letting a lot of noise pollution in. All right, so then we're just gonna go ahead and say this.crop message equals crop message. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start getting some of our events going here. So we're gonna just start by having our farm break. So we're just gonna protect crops from breaking if they're not fully grown yet. And this is like super simple. I showed this in my Kingdoms live streams. It's pretty much the same code, but it's just gonna be in this video now. So this is gonna be a block break event. We're gonna go ahead and say final block. Let's make sure we get the bucket block equals event.get block, not player. That's our next one. Now we're gonna say final player equals event.get player. Great. And again, guys, if you see me looking over this way, this is the code that I've already written, and I'm just sort of spitting it back out for you guys. I do think that's important because I don't want people to like think I'm like looking at somebody else's code. Like, no, I'm entirely looking at my code, which is just over here. It's just easier to do these videos than try to just like do it on the whim and spend, you know, an hour recording and debugging when I can just debug ahead of time. So just keep that in mind. So let's just go ahead and say if player that is not flying is sneaking, we are just going to go ahead and return. Now you might be asking, why are we returning if the player is sneaking? Say you put down the wrong crop. You don't want to have to wait till it's fully grown, so if you sneak, you can just break your crops. And then we'll go ahead and say is if is not crop, which is what we're going to go ahead and create real quickly. It's a method to check to see if we're actually using, if it's actually a crop. So let's just go ahead and create that method really quickly. And this is a really simple, really simple test here. So we're just gonna go ahead and say switch, which is going to be block.getType. And we're gonna go ahead and say case wheat carrots. I keep typing carrot. Case potatoes. Case beetroots. Case, nope, not capital. Case melon stem. Case pumpkin stem. And case nether wart. And obviously you guys can add in things like cocoa beans and whatever else. Although I don't know if cocoa beans will work. So basically we're checking to see if it is not a crop, we're going to go ahead and return true. True, it is not a crop. Else we're gonna say false, it is a crop. So now that we have that, let's go back up into our farm break. All right, I just had to let that truck drive by. All right, so now that we're back up into our farm break, we can just ageable. Let's go ahead and import that. We'll say ageable equals an instance of ageable. And this is going to be block. I was going to say bucket. Block.get state get block data. And then we're going to go ahead and say is if ageable.get age. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and say is ageable.get max age. Great. Let's go ahead and add our brackets in, and then we're going to go ahead and say auto replant, and this is going to take the player and the block. We'll create this method, but we'll come back to it. We'll just finish writing the rest of this out, and then we'll say spawn particles. And this is going to take block dot get location. Okay, and now we'll say else. So if the age is not maximum, we'll say final instant now equals instant now dot now, and then we'll say crop message dot compute, and this is going to take player. Then we're going to go ahead and add some parentheses here, and then we're going to go ahead and say is UUID comma, and we're going to say instant. Give ourselves a nice little arrow there, and let's just close that off there. Then we're going to go ahead and say is if instant does not equal null and now is before instant. Let's go ahead and return instant, and there we go. And then now here we're going to go ahead and say player.send message, and we'll just say, and I'm going to copy this symbol because I don't have a numpad. So let's just say and 6, and this is just going to be SP, And then we will do this again. We'll say E sneak to break baby seeds. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and return now dot plus 10. Okay, and now at the end of this, let's just go ahead and set the event canceled to true. Okay, so let's just go ahead and set up these other things here now because we've already written them out. So let's just not skip over them. So inside of our spawn particle, we're just going to go ahead and say location dot add, and we're just going to go ahead and add 0.5 in every direction. And then we're going to go ahead and say location dot get world dot spawn particles happy villager, or villager happy, and we're going to go ahead and say location, and then this is going to be 10 0.5 0.5 0.5 0. Okay, and now let's jump into our auto replant, and basically this is just going to let you, when you break a full grown crop, it's going to take one of the drops, whether that's a seed or whatever, and it's just going to minus that and then auto replant it back in the ground to save you a little bit of time. So let's just go ahead and say block dot get drops. We're going to say player, oops, let's just add that there, player dot get inventory dot get item in main hand, and then we want to just go here and we'll say for each, and this is going to be drop, and then let's just press enter here, and then we'll say switch drop dot get type, and we're going to say case wheat seeds, case beetroot seeds, case carrots, case potatoes, and case nether wart. And then we'll just say drop dot set amount, and we'll say drop dot get amount -1, and then we'll break this. And then underneath this we'll say final location is block location, and we'll say equals block dot get location. I'm also on a new keyboard, so I'm like still trying to learn the spacing between keys, so that's why I keep mistyping a lot of stuff. And then lastly here, we would just want to say block dot set type is going to be block dot get type, because we're just going to be resetting it back to what it was. Okay, and now we just have one last event to do here, and that is going to be our trample to make sure that crops cannot get trampled. So we'll say crop trample, and this is going to be player interact event, and we'll say if event dot get action does not equal action dot physical, we are going to go ahead and return. Oops. And we'll say if event dot has block. So if it does not have block, we're also going to return, and we'll say final block farmland equals event dot get clicked block, and we'll say if farmland equals null. We're just going to go ahead and return. All right, so then we're going to return, and then we're just going to go ahead and say final block crop equals farmland dot get relative, and we want to say block face up because we want to get the block above the farmland. And then we will just go ahead and say is if is not crop, we will return, and then we will set the event.set canceled true. And let's just keep this consistent here by adding in our brackets. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this real quickly. We forgot to actually drop the blocks. We didn't finish doing that. So block location dot get world dot drop items, and this is going to be block location, and we want to do the drop there. That would help a lot. Everyone's probably screaming right now in the comments like, what are you doing? You never drop the blocks. All right, well, I just did. All right, so let's put this back in our plugin or in our server. Let's do a quick reload, confirm. Let's switch back over to Minecraft. And if we look now, there we go. All right, guys, so as you can see here, our Seed Protect plugin is in fact working. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment. You know what? Here we go. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment, drop a like, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below for a plugin that you would like to see me make. Now, keep in mind, guys, simple plugins. Okay, I'm not going to be doing like a Sky Wars, a Bed Wars. You know, those are very, very extensive plugins that require not only a lot of time to develop, but so much bug testing. And just take like, I mean, this was kind of way back when I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I kind of knew, but like looking back at like TNT tag, like that was a pretty small plugin, but it took forever and so much testing and so much bug fixing. So leave a comment for a simple plugin that you guys would love to see or love to have on your server. I will code it, I will make a video, and I will put it on the YouTube. And there's a fire truck going by right now, but I have RTX voice, so you can only hear it when I'm talking. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.